we're going to be looking at the simple right arm move that makes your entire golf swing so easy. Now, if you are new to the channel and this is one of your first videos of mine, welcome. I'm Harry, a golf teacher professional, posting simple golf tips just like this one every single week. So I'd consider clicking that subscribe button, as there's lots more coming your way and it's completely free to do. So diving into checkpoint number one, all to do with how this right arm, the trail arm in particular, for left-handed golfers, the left arm works in the golf swing. Kicking off with the first key is all to do with the way we set up with this right arm at the address position. What tends to happen when we have a look at golfers, we'll always have this right arm set with the elbow facing away from the body. What this encourages us to do in the backswing is from this point here for the takeaway, it looks pretty good for almost that P1 position they call it, but then from there we have to fold our arm this way. And you can see from the face on camera angle here, if we were just to zoom in onto my arm, how disconnected my right arm is now to the body. No good there for the rest of the golf swing. So if you do feel like this at the moment and want to try and reconnect that golf swing with the right arm, what I want you to do is just take the palm, face it away from you, and that immediately gets that elbow set more facing towards the body. What's my arm doing here? It's externally rotating, so it's moving away from the body. What do we think that's going to do when I take hold of this club here? It's going to help me set the arm correctly and fold this right arm correctly as we make our way into this first part of the golf swing here being the takeaway. You can see again from this face on camera angle here, it's very much so tucked in. It's very connected to the body. So when I take my left hand on here, it's in a prime position for the takeaway. Club face is perfectly square, hands and club are in a nice position, arms are great. So then I can make my way into the top of the golf swing. So you can just practice that over and over again just to begin with, taking the palm, face it towards you, face it away from you, and then just simply twist the hand back to grip the golf club, and there you're set to then start that golf swing. And that brings us into the second part, which is all to do with the backswing itself. So for the backswing itself, second checkpoint, what's the key that we need to ensure we're doing correctly for this simple move to take place in the golf swing? Well, from the first checkpoint there being the actual setup position, we notice that if we just rewind that a little bit and have a look at the way I took the club back, once I set the arm in position, we can see here that my right arm is folding in a way that allows the elbow of that right arm to continue facing towards the body. It's not flaring away like this here, it's continuing to face towards the body. So the key move here on the backswing is we want to ensure that this elbow continues to face towards the body as we begin to rotate up into the top of the golf swing. And then from there, we form this nice angle here, almost at a 90-degree angle, making a way up to the top of the golf swing. So what I want you to do is take that same position that we had for key number one and place the club in your right hand. So the right hand's just on the club shaft here, just leaving a little bit of room to separate the hands as we take the club to this point here. And what I want you to do to start this golf swing is just allow the body to start turning. So for me here, as I do this movement, I'm feeling that my right hip is moving away from me. I'm starting to allow that butt end of the club here to point at the golf ball. And as I do this action here, it makes it much easier for me just to continue rotating and ensure that that elbow stays very close to the body. Again, from here, it's one singular plane. It's so easy then to bring the club back down into this same slot. So rehearsing this a couple of times just to help you feel what key checkpoint number two should feel like being the backswing should be as we make our way into the very top of the golf swing. Taking both hands and trying to combine those two movements. The first initial move for me when I think about this, obviously I've got that arm set in position, it's just allowing my arm just to fold into this point here. So rather than starting the golf swing from this drill here, all we're doing here is just going back to the start of the golf swing and just doing that action in reverse. I'm allowing my left arm to stay fairly straight. I'm not really doing much movement with my body here, just simply because it just complicates that movement a little bit too much. We're just thinking of that right arm folding almost so the back of the elbow faces towards this corner here. And then from there, I can just turn up to the top of the golf swing. Feel that right hip start to turn back as I form this movement of the rotation, and straight away that just simply makes it easy for me to have the club on this 45-degree angle, the plane of the golf swing that we all love to see, like all the tour players do. Then from there we can continue up to the top. And this brings us into key checkpoint number 3, which is the downswing move. The downswing for this move is very, very simple. Think of this as almost a reverse of what we've just done there from the start of the golf swing, making our way up to the top. But the difference to it is from this angle at the top of the swing here, we are holding this angle as we allow the body to rotate. But the question is, when do we start rotating? When do we start that downswing from the lower body? What I want you to do is take a look at both of these, film yourself on camera and see which one you are, and then just practice the one that suits you. Student number one who struggles with getting this rotation into the downswing and throws the club outwards like this here. So what I want student number 1 to do, if this is you, you've practiced those two movements all the way up to the top of the swing. What I want you to do is delay the body turn a little bit and just allow the elbow to tuck in towards the trail side of your body. This is going to help you delay this throwing action on the way down and give you enough room to get the club working on this shallower motion into the golf ball. We all see the best players in the world, they'll make their way into the downswing where the club reaches parallel to the ground again with the hands ever so slightly ahead of the club face, or the club face being behind the hands. That makes it much easier then coming into contact with the golf ball with the hands staying ahead of the club. So student number 1, I want you to swing for the top, tuck that elbow into the body, and then from there, the feeling is we're just turning from that point all the way through to finish. Once we've got that angle set into this position here, we're just rotating from that point and holding that angle for as long as we can. Student number 2, what I want you to do, if you don't suffer with throwing the club out and may find that you go the opposite way a little bit too much, what I want you to do is exaggerate the rotation. So just quickly take the club across your shoulders, make your way up to the top of the swing, you form this rotation, imagining you've got that right arm set into position here. And what I want you to do on the way down is encourage that butt end of the club to point towards the sky as your left hip rotates away from the golf ball. So the left hip moves behind as this butt of the club works upwards. Look what this does here. It allows me to really open up my body and force my hands, due to centripetal force, pushes the hands back out where we want them to be in this great delivery position to continue rotating through to make contact with the golf ball. Making your way up to the top of the swing, just exaggerating, opening up that hip there, lead shoulder lifting upwards, and you can see there it throws the handle a little bit more on the outside. So perfect for someone who struggles with hooking the golf ball. Just like me there. If you are someone who finds after this they struggle to hold this angle, stick around because I'm going to be showing you a bonus tip, a training aid that you can use that's going to completely transform this movement, and it's all down to the precision impact. This training aid right here allows you to click your wrists into place as you make your way up into the top of the backswing, and as you make your way down you have to hold this angle. You can't physically let this angle go with the wrist. And I've been using this in a lot of my videos, very, very impressed with the product, and I can guarantee it will help you improve your game. So I'm going to be placing this on my trail wrist and hand, just like this here, and listen to the backswing. It allows me to set my wrists in the correct way. I want to hear a couple of clicks on the way back. You can focus on keeping this elbow tucked in, and it sets the wrist angle here perfectly for when you make contact with that golf ball. And look at that one there. Started off a little bit more right and drew a little bit back. But just from me adding this training aid, it's helped me hold that angle for a little bit longer and keep that club face nice and square. So if you've come this far, make sure you go ahead out on a driving range or an indoor facility like this, come down to the golf projects and film yourself to see whether you're student number 1 or student number 2. And then from there, you can practice that downswing move, key checkpoint number 3, perfectly to get this right arm working in your golf swing and make your entire golf swing incredibly easy. This video has been sponsored by GX Golf, who provide high quality golf gloves at a fraction of the price in comparison to their competitors on the market. Using the code Harry10 you can get 10% off those. Using the code Harry20 you can get $20 off this product as well. And why not check out this video over here if you're looking for more tips to help you control the right arm, or the bottom one over here to control the left arm in your golf swing.